Okay.
Next Mishnah, Mishnah Vav. Bi'ur Mishnah Vav, explanation for Mishnah Vav. Mishnatenu ba lelamed, our Mishnah comes to teach, she'im davar ha'asur batiltul, that if you've got something that is prohibited in movement, mechubar lekli hamutar batiltul, is connected to another vessel that is permissible to move, vehu tafelo, as long as it is nullified to the first vessel, mutar letaltelo b'Shabbat. You're allowed to move it on Shabbat.
Like the doors on the cabinet. כאילו. It's not a fellow?
Yes. Like the doors in the cabinet. But the way it's going to get more strict. The doors in the cabinet are something that it's not the third level of muktzeh. We said there's many levels of muktzeh. There's kli shemelachto le'eter, that's permissible things to be used, like a cup. Then we say things like the door, which is kli shemelachto. It's in between kli shemelachto le'isur. You might say it's for prohibited to use. You know, I think the cabinet is even kli shemelachto le'eter, the doors.
Yeah.
But for example, a hammer, we say it's, or a screwdriver on Shabbat, you're not allowed to use. And even that you will be allowed to use sometimes. And then we said there are some things that are always muktzeh, for example, stones or money.
Okay.
Money or a stone, you're not allowed to, there's no use for it Shabbat, don't touch it, it's always muktzeh. That's what we discuss. So today we're going to discuss this with a stone even. There are times that you'll be allowed, that even a stone is not muktzeh. When is a stone not muktzeh? A stone is not going to be muktzeh when it is nullified to the vessel that it is inside of him. We're going to give the example. Ha'even shebekruya. The stone that's in a kruya. A kruya is a gourd, a dlat, that, you know, today, if you go to the well, there's buckets inside. In the old time, what was the bucket? They will use a big gourd, a big dlat, as the bucket. They will hollow it. But the problem is that if you take the gourd, the dlat, and you put it into the well, it will float. So what did they used to put? They put a stone inside so it will sink. So the water will come in so you could draw it out. So now the question is, we have a couple of problems over here. We have a stone, we use a regular stone and you put it into the bucket. So the question is, are you allowed to draw water on Shabbat?
If the stone is in there.
If the stone is in there. That is going to be the question. Okay? And there's another thing that we're going to discuss over here. It's called basis ledavar isur. For example, if you put your candles on the table, Shabbos candles on the table,
Okay.
for sure, now and on Shabbat, when Shabbat came in, the candles were lit. When Shabbos came in, now the entire table is prohibited in movement. Because the table is a basis lekli shel machto leisur. It's a basis for something that was prohibited from before Shabbos.
Uh-huh.
So that's why you will see people, what do we do? A lot of people do. They if they want to move the table, they would put chalot also on the table. Because of this Mishnah. If it's for...
They move the chalot, not the...
No, because the table is not only used for candles, it's only used for chalot, and therefore it will be allowed to be moved, for example. So this is some of the problems are going to be over here. Ha'even shebakruya, the stone that's in the gourd, ha'even hanimtzet bidlat yevesha, the stone that is found inside a gourd, she'itkinua lish'ov b'mayim min habor, you made it in order to draw water from the well, ומתוך שהיא קלה וצף על פני המים, because it is light, it floats on the face of the water, נתנו בה אבן להכבידה, they put in it a stone to make it heavy. אם ממלאים בה בקירוי המים, if you are filling with it water, ואינה נופלת, and it stays there, it's tight over there, it's not going to fall out. Sometimes the stone, sometimes the stone is like not, it's flimsy inside. It's not really thin, and sometimes it falls out of the gourd. If it's such a stone, it says, that's going to be a problem. But if
it's not heavy enough,
either not heavy or not tight enough, whatever it is.
Okay.
Yeah. ואינה נופלת, והאבן אינה נופלת ממנה, as long as the stone is not going to fall out of it, שמהודקת היא היטב בתוך הקירויה, it is fixed very well inside, it is stuck, you pushed it inside so it's stuck. ממלאים בה מים בשבת, you're allowed to fill it with water. Why? שהאבן בטלה אגב הקירויה. The stone became part of the tool. The tool is the gourd, and the stone became like a handle, like a part of the tool. ואם לאו, but if the stone can fall out very easily, אם האבן אינה מהודקת היטב בקירויה והיא נופלת ממנה, and there are some times that it will fall out of it, אין ממלאים בה, you're not allowed to use it. The stone is a stone. It's not part of the vessel. אסור בשבת למלא בקירויה מים. You're not allowed to use this gourd on Shabbat to draw water. שהאבן היא כשאר אבנים, because the stone is just like any other stone, it's not part of the tool. ואסור לטלטל את הקירויה אגב האבן. You're not allowed to use the gourd even, because there's a stone in it. And like we said, בסיס לדבר שאיסור. It became a base for something that is prohibited. ואפילו נפלה האבן בשבת, אסור למלא בה לפי שנעשה בסיס לאבן. And even if a goat or something threw the stone in during Shabbat, it wasn't there before Shabbat, you're still not allowed to use it. Ooh, the next one is interesting. זמורה, ארוכה של גפן. That is very interesting. I didn't know this rule. I would think that it wasn't allowed, but the Mishnah allows you. I don't know if the halacha allows you, but the Mishnah allows you. It's very interesting. A vineyard, you've got a vine which is very, very long. And sometimes there will be a vine next to the well. Usually it will climb over.
You take it like a...
Oh, you take it like a rope.
Oh.
So the question is, you have a very big vine that goes down into the well, זמורה ארוכה של גפן, שהיא קשורה בתפיח. That in the end, somebody tied a bucket, כאין דלי קטן של חרס, like a small bucket of clay, ששואבים בו מים מן הבור ומן המעיין, that you draw out water from the well, ממלאים בה בשבת. You're allowed to use it on Shabbat. Even though it looks connected to the ground and everything. It's a chefa. You use it as a rope. That's right.
What about the prohibitions on touching wood and plant matter on Shabbat? I thought like if you touch a tree, you can't come back down from it.
Very good question. That's why I said even for me it was a little bit strange. But touching a tree I don't think is a problem. Climbing a tree is a problem. Yeah, climbing a tree I think is a problem. I don't think touching a tree is a problem.
Touching a tree is because they don't want you to pull by mistake, if you touch it.
Yeah,
that's why.
I think you're allowed to touch a tree. I don't think there's a prohibition. You're allowed to lean on a tree on Shabbat. It's not a problem.
To lean, yeah, but to touch
the tree.
And this, I remember that they said, you may תבוא לקטוף.
The leaves? Maybe the fruit.
Or the fruit.
The difference.
The fruit.
But if it's not a fruit tree, I think you're allowed to touch it. Yeah, but over here I didn't know you can use it even as a tool. Yeah,
it's not connected to the ground. It's right.
No, it is. It's a vineyard. It's a live vineyard.
Oh, it's a live vineyard.
It's a live vineyard.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why I said it was strange even for me.
I didn't understand.
So מותר למלא על ידי זמורה זו, כמו על ידי חבל מים בתפיח. You're allowed to use it. לפי שהיא נחשבת כחלק מן התפיח, because it is considered to be part of it's considered like a rope. ואין עליה תורת מוקצה. It is not called מוקצה. Maybe it's not connected. I'll have to look in the big Mishnahs. I think it's talking about even when connected over here.
Mine is, you said it's not connected, but maybe.
But if it's not connected, what's the question? Of course, well, why not? I made it into a rope. Why shouldn't I be allowed to use it? Of course, I'm allowed to use it. I think it's even when it's connected. I think that's the idea of it.
The idea is the connection.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure about this. I'll look it up.